Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I am Nina Just Play, and today is actually a little bit of a different video. As you see, I'm actually at Golden Hills Valley because this is something that's been a bit more personal in my life that I haven't really shared to YouTube yet, which is why I'm doing that now. So I actually have a small stable hand job at Golden Hills, and I actually just bought a horse, and he's actually Ace the Mustang. If you haven't watched the Mustang series, I recommend doing that, or else this might not make much sense. It will still make sense, just not as much. So I put him in the paddock last night, and I woke up this morning because it's very nice out. Actually, it's I think like 5:46. I'm not sure. So I actually walked up to the pasture and I saw two horses walking around, and I didn't see Ace. So immediately I got a little worried, and the gate was really tall, but I still managed to open it. So I got really worried because I didn't see Ace, and then I saw his little spotted bum over, and of course he was over by the food. If you don't know, Ace loves food. So I walked over, and he does not get a rug on because he spooks all the time. So I just checked his legs to make sure that none of the horses had kicked him, and they had no obvious signs on their legs that he had kicked them, which was good. And especially with a horse that used to be wild, I like to do this. So whenever... Ow! He can be a little sassy. Oh! Why? He just wants to wish me with his tail today. So I just checked all of his legs, and then I will see... Well, actually, let me just explain real quick what I'm going to be doing today. So today I'm going to be going in to kind of a little bit of a spooky area because he's actually been here for basically 4 days now, and I've ridden him once or twice and brought him down to a little cross-country course. There he goes, eating some hay. Wow, you are really just shoving your face in a lot. And he did pretty good. I didn't take him over any big ones, which is why I didn't film that. But it was really exciting, and I think I'm going to do a little GoPro camera shot today. So I will see you guys when I'm all tacked up and ready. And I will actually be wearing some cross-country gear because, first of all, I like using a cross-country pad on him because I feel like it supports his back more. And those leg wraps are just a little bit tighter around his legs, and it irritates him a little less. And then I'm also going to be wearing a cross-country jacket because he's still a wild Mustang. So I'll see you guys when we're all tacked up and I have my GoPro on. See you then. Okay, so I have just gotten on, and I've been tacking him up and actually getting on in the paddock lately. And then one thing I've really been working on is getting him up to the gate and then opening it. He's been really good with that, actually, like surprisingly good. And I purposely didn't really have any jumps set up because, to be honest, I wasn't planning on doing any jumps today. So I just brought him into the arena, which was pretty empty today. It was a really nice day out so far, and I'm just going to do a little time lapse of me walking and trotting. So, cue the time lapse. actually decided that I want to take him to a place that's just a little bit more spooky to put him up. I'm just hoping if I can keep him at a nicer pace, he'll be able to focus on that instead of the wind. There it was, and he really didn't like it, like at all. And then he kind of just looked down at the water and dipped his head, which made me kind of fall forward a little bit. But as soon as I gave him just a little leg, he would kind of walk in and out, and then he just walked on. It was a little spooky for him at first. So every single step was a big improvement for him. So I decided to take him at a little trot, and this is when I decided, actually, I'm not going to do a GoPro shot for a little bit longer, so I will see you guys when I take my GoPro off. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm at. My settings are just a little messed up on the camera because it's pretty far out right now. But that's okay. So as you see, he's almost always in water through here, which is why I really wanted to bring him through, because I don't really have a good pair of rain boots, to be honest, so I haven't really been able to bring him too far in, besides that first little bit. So this was really nice, and I think he's one of those horses that really like water, because honestly, he's been doing so good right now. Like, I'm able to canter him, and these rock faces are less than spooky. So I definitely liked how this was going. Got definitely a lot deeper over here. But I even let him take a little bit of a bigger stride, which was really cool to be able to do. And we were back on a nice stretch of land. So I let him take a little gallop, because why not? And then I circled around, and I let him give a little gallop back, because he's a Mustang. You gotta give him his freedom. But he started getting a little ahead of himself. Water was back, so I wanted him to get, even though he was nice and ahead of himself, which wasn't good, even though he had a really good pace and everything, I did want to keep him in his head. Definitely something you want to keep with a Mustang, them in their head, because sometimes when a horse gets out of their head, like us, like I like to say, they kind of go a little crazy and they don't really realize what they're doing. So I think of that as out of your head. You don't really realize what you're doing till you're out of your head. I don't know if this is a good analogy, but it's like when you're doing a math test and you've done an all-nighter and you're just out of your head because you're so tired and you don't know what you're doing. I don't know if that was a good analogy, but good enough for me. So now I was thinking it was time to bring him back to the stables, because I have to go and ride Vila today to do a little bit of jumping with her, a little bit more jumping. So that'll probably be easy, bud. There was that gust of wind, but I was thinking I would get him back into a nice canter. And actually, today, along with riding Vila again today for some of her training, there is a person to come and look at the other Mustang. So I'm really so extremely excited about that. So I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!